It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Packers and the Bears, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they're in a real groove of late, winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
23 yards on the play.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 15. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So the Bears ready to go on offense, and it's the number 1 overall pick leading them out, the Heisman Trophy winner from USC, Caleb Williams.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
To throw, it's Williams. He finds his target, Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To the air, Williams. Allen's got it, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra, next man up, since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolute.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. The Bears offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Lucas Van Ness in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Williams. This is going to wind up a safety. And on that one, the youngster got caught holding the football a little too long in his own end zone.
And, Brandon, you know how we always talk about the clock that a quarterback has to have in his head when he's passing the ball? It has to speed up when you're backed up like this because you know pressure's coming at you. He'll learn. He's just a rookie.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that flag accepted. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. You look at this Bears defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now...
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Zach Pickens drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Swift going to try up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Eric Wilson. 2nd and 10. To throw, Williams. He's got Allen. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Williams. Give him another one right back to Allen. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. They'll go. Here's Williams. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing again here, Williams. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Off the bootleg, it's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. The Bears at 4-5, a game under 500. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Swift is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. From the gun, here's Williams. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Santos' kick is up and through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Love looking to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 3rd and 8. Love now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Going back to Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They'll afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Love. Completes it again to Dobbs. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Throwing. Love. Throw caught by Musgrave. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. This 2nd and 4. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are back within a couple of the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is now a 1-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bears offense and running back DeAndre Swift headed back onto the field. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently second in that category. To the air, Williams. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw, it's Williams. Throw left side complete. That's Moore.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
It's now 3rd down and 8.
Williams now from the gun on 3rd down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Play action. Now Williams. Open man down the field. That's Odunze. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 33 yards that time.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Looking to throw is Williams. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Jordan Love in this offense, ready to get the football back. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run and then executed.
Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw now. Here's Love. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bears take over. The home team's offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they can rip off any sort of a gain. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Williams. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Throwing is Williams. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. To throw, Williams. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Back to throw, Williams. He finds his target, Allen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. That is his 951st NFL reception, so 49 away from 1,000, but 951, that ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
Williams going to look to throw again. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They'll look to throw again. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety.
Normally we think about big swings and scores before a half. We think offense, but this time their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Williams, a final shot before break. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. The Eagles had run off 9 straight wins to start the year, but a 10th was not in the cards as they fall for the first time. In the first half, it was the rookie from USC, Caleb Williams, who was looking the part. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And just not a whole lot here to be had on the ground. Maybe a yard. Second down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 3rd and 9 here.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Operating from the gun, Williams. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Love. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Love looking to throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Love now. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Love. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Jacobs will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Love, this is 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so...
He's got a man, complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL-caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing. Love. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action this time with Love. That's complete to Wicks. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That is incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll go play action here with Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
But the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
This is Swift on the counter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
That's good for a Chicago Bears.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. To the air, Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Packers are right back in this football game.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. In motion goes the tight end. To throw now, here's Love. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground with Swift, and he'll get this to the 32.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Williams. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. On play action, here's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw is Williams.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
To throw, Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Back to the running game with Swift. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Throwing is Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Bears now ready to take over again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Williams. Flushed out right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Once more from the 11, 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Swift.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch tomorrow.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Packers offense set to go. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Now Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Now 2nd and 4.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And the crowd a major factor now. Here's 3rd down.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game.
They knew how to quiet this rival stadium, Charles. I mean, not only did they get the win, but they get the win by taking the lead in the 4th quarter to hand their division opponent a big loss.
And they're elated, and they should be, because they did exactly that. Went to a rival's house and stunned them, and did it with a 4th quarter comeback. And every team in the league prides itself on controlling the 4th quarter. It's even more difficult when you don't do it at home against a division rival.
So for Green Bay, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.